What is up, y'all? It is StrawhatYomo here, and we got our boy Dcentos in the building. Go ahead and say something for the
Yeah,
people.
what's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all living?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yeah, you see what's on the screen. We're talking about Jobless Reincarnation or Mushoku Tensei 2, for the
Mm-hmm.
people who only want to act like they anime or Japanese know-it-all and just pronounce a Japanese name of it. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is what we're talking about. Um, and this season was very, very interesting.
Mm.
Um, Me and a homie were talking about it, and we were both complaining that it started off
Yeah. Yeah.
real slow. Like I felt like I was watching a soap opera.
It
Like,
it was a slice of life from the beginning. I agree with that. It was
yeah.
like I shoot, go home and become a family man. He was chilling. He said, I got my girl. Know what I'm saying? She pregnant. We about to have a good time. It's we trying to
And
settle down. We trying to
mind
settle
you,
down.
mind you, the last season was about him overcoming ED, which is not what I would never thought they'll be talking about in the anime.
That's facts.
But this is what he just got over with. And so we over here, just like DeSanto saying, Rudy's becoming a family man. Up until he gets a letter saying that, hey, we need help. We found your mom.
Hmm.
And that's when things kind of turn up for me, where I was like, okay, now we into something. I feel like we're kind of getting back into what the show, not what it's about, but it's kind of core, about the
Hmm.
whole fantasy.
Yeah.
And it was cool. But what's different about the season is like it has a mixture of that fantasy, but a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Because Rudy, this man could not. wh- What would you say? He was married for like 6 months until he cheated on his wife.
Yeah, bro, my man.
Like what?
Crazy.
Moving crazy.
I mean, you're moving mad. You're
No,
moving mad.
you're ruining it.
You're
You're
ruining
ruining
it.
it. Like it's crazy. Like he over here in front of everybody
Mhm.
talking about, she's my wife, and then not
Yeah,
even 6 months
yeah,
later,
yeah.
cheats on her. And then that's not even the crazy part is
Mhm,
that I can't even blame Rudy like fully
mhm.
because he was taken advantage of at
Mhm.
that moment
Yeah,
at
he
his
was,
lowest after his dad
yeah,
had passed away.
bro. He was like a Chance the Rapper. I love my wife. I love my wife.
Basically. And
Basically,
so I I don't know the way the show tried to write off like, well, you gotta go to Sylphie and say like, you want to have another wife was wild. I was not expecting that
yeah,
whatsoever. And I went online to see what people were saying about it,
yeah.
and a lot of people were showing that what's that blue haired girl
Annalise
name again? Is it Annalise?
with the elf.
No, not Annalise, the one that he cheated on with.
Oh, Roxy.
Roxy. A lot of people were saying she's the bad person. I'm like, yeah, she's a bad person. I
Yeah.
don't rock with that. And the fact that they try to write that in, like, oh, he wanted it. I was like, nah,
Uh,
I can't vibe with this.
Let me check my notes real quick because there's
I can't
actually
vibe.
something about that. Did I write it in there? A bit because I definitely wrote that in as like one of the bad parts of my review.
Very
Like that
bad.
I didn't really like that. But so like it's like people say like Roxy was the one that initiated it, but manga readers, they said that it was actually Annalise's idea. That's what they
Oh,
actually said.
really?
Annalise actually convinced Roxy to do it. That apparently that's what's in the manga. Now I, my sources
Oh,
is Twitter.
snap.
My source is Twitter and Crunchyroll before they removed the comments. Those are my sources. So that's what I heard. So if that happens, I mean it's still weird to take advantage of him at a low state. And I
Very,
still think it was kind
very
of crazy
predatory.
writing, like, oh, like
Yeah.
he's at a low state, like you should do this to make him feel better. I'm like,
And then to write that in to make it seem like, oh, well, we already did what we need to do. Well,
mhm,
I'ma just stick with her and make you my second wife. I was like, nah,
mhm.
this is horrible writing in my end. I was like, I actually did
Yeah,
strongly dislike this.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
don't like this
yeah.
whatsoever.
I was like, did the right like? Do you have a family? Have you
Exactly.
been in a relationship? This is not how these things work at all.
And some people were trying to say like, well, you gotta think it's medieval times, and so this is what they were doing back then. I don't know about
Nah,
that, man.
but
It didn't hit the same,
I
man.
mean, she knew he had a whole family and a kid on the way. She knew.
Yes, and the fact that he had a kid on the way and still did that, I think it was
Yeah,
crazy. I think it
that.
would have been different if the show had opened up.
Mhm.
Well, Paul did have two wives, but the way that he got two wives was not ideal.
That
Like
man was
he
he was
actually
moving
cheated on his
wild.
wife, and it's the
Yeah,
exact same way that Rudy did the exact same thing, and they try
yeah,
to write it off that like, oh, well,
yeah,
everything's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, that is
And
not how it
at
works.
least Aisha was the only one that had common sense. Was like, bro, you're wilding. Like you're
Yes.
wilding. All right, but
But the thing is, they didn't blame Roxy. I was gonna say
mhm,
that real quick. They didn't. None of the characters blame Roxy, and I was
yeah.
like, bro, y'all are insane.
Yeah, y'all are crazy. All right, but I do want to dial back just a little bit. I do like, I guess, like to the beginning of the season. I do want to
Yeah.
say though, like my favorite episodes are always the episodes titled Turning Point.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah,
always know something
yeah,
going
yeah. Because
crazy.
I was like, oh, Turning Point 3. I said, ooh, it's about to get crazy. My
Yeah.
man, he gets a letter. From Bull. He was like, things is bad. Like we got to figure something out, and help needed. So they
Yeah.
find the
Yeah.
teleportation. So he's like, yo, we gotta leave. I understand I got a kid on the way. I'm gonna be back in 6 months before you get pregnant. He was really going through it. And the man guy was like, bro, if you go, you're gonna regret it. And if you don't go, you also gonna regret it. And it's just and his life turned upside down. And I mean, and we know what happened. Like it they went to the cave, they went to the cavern. First they had to save Roxy and in nick of time, which I don't understand how Roxy survived for that long because I think it was like a
It
month she
didn't.
was by herself.
Yeah. People were complaining that they were saying that in the light or in the novel,
Hmm.
the light novel, it actually goes a little bit in depth, and then the anime just kind of like quickly summarized it.
Okay.
So some people were complaining about that.
Um,
But yeah.
and then like the other, I mean, and then like the actual fight itself with the Hydra. I mean, I think it was a great fight. Um, I mean, I mean, he froze up and Paul had to save him, do what he did, and I mean, it's a traumatic moment. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, to me, I thought Rudius would like dodge it because I thought Rudius had like that after image ability where he gonna get attacked. So I don't know why that didn't trigger.
Well, I feel like it might have triggered, but it was already too late for him to move. Kind of like when he fought the dragon god, I think is what it was. Because he had already saw like an image of what it looked like,
Yeah.
but I guess it was just too fast.
Mm.
I wasn't, it's like when you were talking about that fight, I was not expecting Paul to die. That was not what I
Neither
was
was I.
expecting. Like that came out of nowhere, and that was really good writing, really good execution on the
Yeah.
team's end for doing that. And I was not expecting Rudy to lose a hand. It didn't look like he lost a hand
Yeah.
because he put his arm in the eye of that Hydra
Mhm.
and like made spikes. So I didn't think he lost his hand, but
Yeah.
yeah, when that episode hit, I was like, dang. And what's crazy, that episode hit on Father's Day. It
Mm.
was on Father's Day. So I don't know if they did that. They probably did it on purpose,
They might
but
have.
it hit really hard. I was
And
like, dang,
then
that's crazy.
on top of that, they saved his mom, but then like her memory is like not there at all. Like
And she's
she
like she's like a toddler now.
exactly. I
Yeah.
was like, I lost my pops, I lost my arm, and my mom's basically brain dead. I'm crashing out. The fact
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, I'm crashing out, dog. Ain't no way you not gonna crash out. I'm gonna be the number one crash out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm acting up. I'm acting up. But it was good. It was better. I would say that I like this season more than the last season for sure.
mhm,
Especially the towards the end of the season is really what really picked up for me.
mhm.
So yeah, I definitely enjoyed this more than the last season.
Yeah, for sure. I think yeah, no, I think this was great. I mean, relationships part aside, I think overall we got a really good story.
Yeah,
Better than the last season, so I'm curious to see where they kind of take it next.
yeah,
Yeah, that's all I got to say,
uh,
man.
yeah. I think overall, if I had to rate it, I give it a strong 8.
Yeah,
Uh, it
yeah.
wasn't That was amazing. It's a strong 8, you
Yeah,
know.
I think I might give it an 8.5. I think I don't. I mean, critics
I think that
aside.
Roxy writing like that really
Yeah,
dropped it a
yeah,
point or two for
I feel
me.
like
I
that
was
was
like, nah, I
shoehorned
don't
in
like
there,
that.
and it's kind of weird too, because like that's your master, like
Exactly. That's another thing too. She
yeah,
watched him like grow up when he was
yeah,
young. Like she taught him. And so the fact that like as soon as he saved you, you now have feelings for him. I was like, this don't seem right, bro. Like I
yeah,
don't know what's
like
going on. Like I didn't like that at
yeah.
all.
I'd have to rewatch the other seasons, but I don't know if it was ever alluded that she actually had romantic feelings for him. That
No, no, it didn't. It
like
didn't. I think Rudy did kind of for her, but it was lust.
yeah,
But for her to go the other way around and it came out of nowhere just because that he had saved her,
yeah,
I don't know about that.
yeah, and
Nah,
I mean, we still don't know what happened to I mean, Eris. I mean, I
Aries. Who's, oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
Eris not a love interest? I guess we'll find out, but I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they gonna do. I really don't know, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, that's what we thought about this show. Let us know what y'all think. Comments down below. Hit me up. Through
Yeah,
Twitter, IG, YouTube, Twitch.
all that stuff.
You know where to yeah, you know where to find
It's
us.
in the description. Go look. It's there.
Yeah, it's somewhere there. But yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. So I appreciate y'all watching and peace.
Peace.